There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Tonight, on Location, we're going to bring the house down, quite literally.
Oh no, look at this.
Location. This week we're in Brighton, possibly the country's hippest seaside resort.
Our mission is to use our professional house hunting skills to try and find a one-bed flat here in Kemp Town, the trendiest part of town.
Our buyer has seen lots of properties but still not found any that she likes. We're here to change that.
Our buyer is Elizabeth Lewis, who's a headhunter for a London-based media company. She's been living in this two-bedroom maisonette in Hove for the past 2.5 years.
Well, I want to move because I've resigned from my job and I want to work in Brighton, so I need to reduce my mortgage, so I'll be looking for a one-bedroom flat rather than a two-bedroom flat. I do have a cat, but if I see something really stunning that is not able to accommodate the cat, he can actually go and live with my father in a house where there's a big garden. I love Brighton because I've spent 6 years living in the south of France, so Brighton's got that kind of European feel to it as well. There's a lot of foreign people here. I love being near the sea as well. You get fresh air, it's good for cycling, all different reasons really.
And she's not the only Brighton fan round here.
I love Brighton simply because it's very free and easy.
It's just so individual.
There's no other place to be in the summer in Britain.
Lots of different shops, not the norm, it's not your average city. Buzzing, lively, both night and day.
Just under an hour by train from London, Brighton has become the in place for young professionals, commuters and house hunters looking for something a little bit different.
But its popularity, combined with limited housing stock, has led to the price of one-bedroom flats increasing by 75% in the last 3 years alone, which is going to make it tricky to find just such a property for Elizabeth.
So what is it we're looking for?
A one-bedroom flat in Kemp Town. I like period properties, so I don't want to see any, modern buildings really. I do have a cat, so it'd be nice to have some outside space. I like fireplaces, and it'd be really excellent to have a sea view.
We better go and start.
Let's get on with it. Elizabeth's first choice of location for her flat is the Kemp Town area of Brighton.
Kemp Town runs along the seafront from Old Stein to the Marina. It's got a large gay population and is known for being easygoing and cosmopolitan.
Prices rise the further east you go, hitting a peak in these magnificent Regency properties at Sussex Square and Lewis Crescent, where a two-bedroom flat with a sea view can cost up to £500,000.
Elizabeth's budget is considerably less than that. She can spend up to £90,000, but is hoping to pay a bit less. So we started with what is possibly the cheapest one-bedroom flat in the area.
This is our first property, Clarendon Place in Kemp Town, and this basement flat is on the market for £59,950.
It's being refurbished at the moment, so it's a bit of a bomb site, so we've got to use a bit of our imagination.
Okay.
But we'll be fine. Come on.
Excitement.
I know.
This is the cheapest thing that we're showing you, and for £60,000 it's okay, but it's a reflection of what's happening in Brighton, that £60,000 buys you a flat which, as you'll see,
is very small indeed. Well, you'd have to have a flap table, wouldn't you? Probably coming out of the wall or something.
yes, something sort of lifting up from here maybe. You'd have a small sofa there.
Armchair, I think.
Yeah, just the one armchair, you think?
Standing room only,
Yes.
Nice way of putting it.
The ridiculous thing is that there's far too much cupboard space.
What are they thinking of?
I know, I mean, it's a huge kitchen.
Elizabeth isn't going to get much of a chance to swing her cat in here, and the bedroom's even smaller.
bedroom.
Yes, it is just a room for a bed.
Where is the bed going to go, though? Because you wouldn't be able to fit a double bed there. You'd have to block the door off, wouldn't you?
No, you'd have to have what they call an occasional double.
Is that
What's
queen
that, a
size?
4 foot
An
bed?
occasional double is one that you don't share very often because it's not big enough.
Or maybe one of those beds that comes down off the wall.
No.
There is another problem about this bedroom, is that the boiler is in here.
Oh, I see.
And there isn't a huge amount of cupboard space. I mean, once you had your bed there, you'd have...
It's not a huge flat.
No.
Elizabeth, have we established that this flat is then too small for you?
I think we have, yeah. I think we have, haven't we?
You need something bigger in all rooms.
Yeah.
But what we were hoping that it would give you a benchmark of what 60,000 buys you in your ideal location.
Sure, I think we can safely say that too, yeah.
We're going to have to look much nearer Elizabeth's upper limit of £90,000 to get what she wants. Our next property is just round the corner.
We're here on Chichester Place to see this flat, which has just come on the market. The asking price is £89,950. We are about 150 yards from the sea. I think an ideal little spot to be. Come in. Something a bit different here for you.
Wow! Look at this.
I know, it's fabulous, isn't it?
It's much bigger, nicer and everything, isn't it? Look. What a gorgeous fireplace.
Phil and I are really excited
so
about
nice.
this flat.
Look at that fireplace.
Really high ceilings.
Gorgeous
fantastic
window.
bay window.
Yeah.
So a strong
Yes,
first impression.
this is lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, here we are.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Very nice, very small, but compact. Bijou, as we might say.
Very light.
Yep.
And going straight into your patio area, which is very nice.
Yes.
Let's get at that.
Okay. Can't wait to see it.
I love these steps with the rail.
Look at this. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's fantastic, it really is.
Exactly the thing, isn't it, really?
West
Actually,
facing,
yeah.
so anything would grow in here.
West facing means where's the sun?
It means it's really sunny.
This flat's on the market at £90,000. The flat that we saw in the basement that wasn't finished is £60,000. So this is actually half as much again.
It's still within my budget, though, isn't it? So.
Bearing in mind, though, there is an asking price offer already in this flat. It's only just come on the market, but someone obviously felt as strongly as you did, came in and made an offer immediately.
Got to move fast then, haven't we?
We've got to be as gutsy as that person was.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is rather keen on this house, but decided that she wanted to look at a couple more before making an offer.
Our next property also costs just under £90,000, but is in a busier part of town.
We're here to see a newly developed flat in Cavendish Street. It's on the market at £89,950.
For the second time, I'm afraid we've got to see something that's not quite finished. And yet it's the only one-bed flat in the whole development that's still for sale. All the others have gone.
Okay.
Anyway, it's up here.
Okay.
Well, here we are then. Bedroom and bathroom. And a living kitchen, which is bigger than what we came from.
Yeah, look at this one. Fireplace is nice also.
But this is a very steep slope. I mean, you could roller skate down here.
Well, you can see that the skirting board there is very small and here it's very big.
You wouldn't want to buy any furniture with wheels because you would find it was... literally, it would be slid down here.
No hostess trolley for me then.
Nothing.
I've seen doors get in trouble as well. You've had to change the shape of the bottom of the door because you can't open it the whole way. Anyway, come and have a look at the workings of this kitchen.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll fit three of us, but
No, it fits
sufficient for you?
very well. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but what is concerning me is what's out here. And you just look out the window and you can see an amusement arcade opposite. We're over a bar. There's a fish and chip shop, a bakery. There's a lot going on out here, and traffic and buses and everything going up and down all the time.
although we're on the second floor, we are above a commercial premises. And your bedroom being at the back, you might think that's not a problem, it's going to be nice and quiet. If the ground floor premises has A3 use class, which is for any cooking, the chances are they've got an extractor fan out the back, and the smells will be coming up into your bedroom window.
You're putting me off now.
Well, that's something, I'm not trying to put you off, I'm just saying, look, if you're looking at something that's above a commercial premises, get a look at that lease and see whether it's possible to have A3, which is restaurant.
See, that is something I would not have thought of, actually.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an okay size. It's not huge, but it's definitely a double bedroom.
And then out here, you can see there's an outdoor area actually, isn't there? But it's not very convenient, I don't think.
But could you actually put a cat flap in the window here and he could skip out to the roof?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely could put one in here. He'd have no problem jumping down to that roof, but the cat would come right away into the bedroom as soon as he came in, and, you know, in which case if he caught something...
He'd bring it to see Mummy.
Not Mummy. I'm not his mummy. I'm his lovely friend.
Right.
It's the end of day one and we've seen a real mixed bag of properties. But what does Elizabeth make of them?
Well, I think that the one that was a complete building site, it was very small. There were things that you pointed out about the way it was converted as well, the bad use of space. I don't think that one's going to be for me.
Right.
I think the one which was brand newly converted, I think somebody will probably buy that one and be captivated by it. But the one that I prefer at this point is the one with the lovely outside area, the gorgeous original features and everything like that. And I have a very good feeling. I feel quite sort of excited and positive about that one.
Well, it's the morning of our second day. We're here on Marine Parade to see the top floor flat in the tall building behind me. It's come on the market at £97,000.
It's a bit tatty, both inside and out, but we think this could put this classic Brighton seafront flat into Elizabeth's price range. So here we are. Bathroom.
Bathroom there.
Bedroom behind the door. It's a good size.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And then...
Oh, God.
Tour de force.
Oh, look at this lovely views,
I know.
isn't it? Oh, God.
A room with great views, except when you look upwards.
I don't really like the mottled effect on the ceiling.
When we first came to see this flat, we were aware of the smell of damp. And both Phil and I felt that it was worth showing it to you because it's the perfect Brighton seafront flat. But that the damp is an issue which really has to be looked into.
The building was completely redecorated externally and it wasn't done very well and the contractors were taken to court. It's really suffered over the last 3 years from the wind and the rain and the elements coming off the sea. But it's going to be redone in March and that won't cost anything.
Have a look at the kitchen.
Here's the kitchen. Well, this is nice. I mean, it's small, isn't it? But it's perfectly formed.
Yeah, I mean, it's got space here for cooker there, washing machine, all that kind of thing. The only thing is that, again, the walls are really damp. You can feel it. I mean, it's almost wet to touch.
You can see it very much also, can't you?
And again, you can see that it's been recently repainted, and yet it's all coming through little mouldy patches.
I know there's all these things with the damp, but I'm sort of falling in love with it as we go round, actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did bring you here for a reason, and that's that this may be a flat which has problems, but they might be sortable outable.
Yes.
As they say.
So, how sortable outable is the damp? Find out after the break. For advice on dealing with damp, visit channel4.com/4homes.
For tips on avoiding the pitfalls when buying your dream seafront home, visit channel4.com/4homes.
We're in Brighton, attempting to find Elizabeth Lewis her perfect one-bedroom flat in Kemp Town, with a budget of £90,000.
We've seen 4 properties so far.
This one was too small.
This one was too noisy.
This one was perfect, but there's already an offer in on it.
And this one on the seafront could be ideal, but has some problems with damp.
So our search continues to this one-bedroom flat in Rock Street. Could it be the one for Elizabeth at £79,950?
Well,
Baldy.
I know. It's quite bright, isn't it?
Very lived in.
It's very lived in. That's a very nice way of putting it.
Wow.
Not just lived in, but too small. Despite having a great space for her cat, she wasn't tempted. Why?
Yeah.
Because this would be a classic case of me buying a flat for my cat, and I'm not going to do that.
So, not for you.
I don't think so, not this time.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some.
You do.
So, on to our final property, a basement flat in Devonshire Place.
It's on the market at £94,950.
This building did have bay windows like all the others around it, but they were removed just before the street was listed.
Okay.
Just think about the outside and looking down the street. Most of the properties have been refurbished. There's quite a lot of work going on, there's scaffolding up. All of those are really encouraging signs of an up-and-coming area. It's good to see here.
Sounds promising.
Let's have a look on the inside, anyway. There's a lot of ornaments in here, Elizabeth, so
Yeah, there are.
mind yourself again. Bedroom there.
Bedroom there,
Good
yeah,
size,
okay.
about 13 foot square.
Nice arch here, I like that. Wow.
And the main
Yeah.
living room.
Oh, it's cosy. It's cosy and nice, isn't it?
It's got a lot of things in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got somebody else's taste in it.
And you've got a really big patio area out there,
Oh, yeah. God.
directly accessed from the sitting room.
Right. OK, through the other arch into the kitchen. Oh, I like this floor. Oh, yeah. Quite a fancy kitchen.
It is quite a fancy kitchen.
It's very well arranged.
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
You've got the triangle that we look for between the stove, the fridge and the sink.
Yeah.
There's something else here, an arrangement we wouldn't see in a more modern building. It's that you've got the bathroom directly off the kitchen.
Which I'm not that keen on.
Current building regulations state that you can't do that. You have to have two doors between what is water and what is electricity.
Is that a problem then?
They were built like this for years, but
Yeah.
it's not up to modern day standards.
So would I have to put another door in
No,
between?
No, you
absolutely
wouldn't.
not.
Right.
You wouldn't. This is how it stands. And I don't think in this case it's a bad arrangement.
I liked it because I thought you could get up in the morning, walk through the living room, turn the telly on, come in here, put the kettle on, have a shower, pick up your cup of tea on the way back, catch the news, go and get dressed.
Right. Very important.
It sort of worked out for me.
We've now seen 6 properties, so which will Elizabeth seriously consider?
One of them definitely is seriously in consideration for me, and that would be the period property with the outside garden. My only concern with that one is that somebody might put in an offer higher than the asking price, which I won't be able to match. I can't do that. And last night, actually, I had a really bizarre dream about the property on the seafront in Marine Parade.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking about that one all day, and I've got this spooky feeling about it.
Spooky good, spooky
Yeah,
bad.
spooky good feeling. The other one with the outside sort of patio area, which is quite filled with clutter. Devonshire Place. That one had great potential, I thought. So that would be sort of the third one that I would. That's in that order.
So there we are, a strong, if slightly unusual position to find ourselves in. 3 properties, all of which could be suitable. The favourite we're making an asking price offer on right now, although we're not 100% confident of being able to secure it. And the remaining 2, we're going back to have a second look.
But before we put in an offer on Chichester Place, Phil and I need to work out a strategy to make Elizabeth's offer really attractive. She's up against a first-time buyer who, unlike Elizabeth, doesn't have to wait to sell a property to raise the cash. To be in with a chance, she's going to have to offer over the asking price.
So what we've decided to do is make an offer of £91,000 in order to sort of acknowledge the fact that we perhaps would be the less preferred purchaser.
Whilst the offer's being considered, it's time for a second look at Devonshire Place.
OK, here we are again.
Much as you remembered.
Yep.
Despite its potential, it just couldn't compare with the sea views of Marine Parade. But there was a surprise in store.
Oh my God, what's happened? Oh no, look at this. And I said the ceiling's not going to fall in or anything, didn't I?
You know what? It's soaked. Feel it. It's absolutely soaked. If that had fallen on one of our heads the other day when we were having a viewing, it would have probably killed one of us.
I'm completely gobsmacked by that.
Basically, it's a lard and plaster ceiling, and it's just had more and more plaster put on it, and probably the last lot of Artex was just too much for it.
Well, it's sort of a good thing.
Really.
You know what? It's a good thing.
Why?
I think that the vendors are going to be so hacked off with this flat. They're just going to say, take it off our hands. And we can ring the agent and we can say, look, we were planning to offer X. We came in for second viewing. This had happened. The agent hasn't seen this yet.
Doesn't he know?
No, we had the keys. When I just let us in, we should just get a builder who can come round and say, this is what it's going to cost you to sort this out.
Time to get on the blower to a local builder then, for a professional opinion.
What do you make of this, Dan Joe?
Oh, crikey.
not very good, is it? To take this ceiling down and replace it, you're probably going to then have to redecorate this room because it's quite a massive job. I'd have thought £1,000, something like that.
While the ceiling and any repairs to the roof are likely to be covered by the vendor's insurance, there's no pretending that a flat in this condition is going to be easy to sell, which puts Elizabeth in a great spot to cut a deal.
Well, it makes me quite hopeful for a negotiation situation.
Oh,
I mean,
brilliant.
It was on the market for 97, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And we
if
were
I
hoping
was
to get it for
thinking,
90.
if I was thinking 85, I'm not thinking that anymore.
No.
I'm thinking, well, we'll have to talk about it maybe, but, you know, a much lower offer.
And the flat looks even more of a contender after Kirstie gets a call from the estate agent for Chichester Place.
Okay, thanks. Bye. She said that the vendor at Chichester Place is going to stick with the first-time buyer.
That's not to say that, as you said, you know, it might all go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the first-time buyer might not be prepared to wait.
The roof might fall in.
Yep, the roof might fall in.
With Chichester Place out of the frame, it's time for Elizabeth to decide what to bid for.
Well, I think I am more attracted by Marine Parade.
OK.
And so I'd like to make an offer on that one.
Right.
Now, what I think I'd like to do is make an offer of 85. I know that's a lot less than the asking price, but given the state of the ceiling being on the floor, I think we should try that. I mean, he might say no, but what do you think? What do you think will happen?
I think it's a good move to have your first offer rejected.
Do you? Can we just start with 85?
OK, certainly can.
I think if we really stick to our guns, we can get it for 85.
Especially with your powers of negotiation.
Kevin, hi. Hi, ringing to talk to you about 117 Marine Parade.
Yes.
Have you now been told about the collapse of the ceiling in the living room?
Has it actually collapsed?
Yes, it has. Living room ceiling is all over the living room floor, which is an unusual place to find it on a second viewing.
It is, yes. It's a very unusual place to find it.
But apart from that, Elizabeth Lewis is prepared to make an offer on the property in its current state.
OK.
Taking all that we discussed into account, she's coming in at 85,000.
Right.
Now, I know that's some way off what your vendor might be hoping, but...
I do think he's actually going to be looking for, something closer to the asking price than 85. But obviously, if the condition of the flat has deteriorated significantly, then, hopefully we have a chance.
Kevin, if I can leave it to you to see what you can do. We've got a purchaser who's willing and able to move.
Right.
At the 85,000.
OK, I'll see what I can do.
In its current state.
I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
OK.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye-bye.
£85,000 for Marine Parade is a bit of a gamble at £12,000 below the asking price, but it's a good gamble. The vendor is going to have real trouble selling the flat in this condition, and we think he may be prepared to go for a quick sale, especially since the interior of the flat is deteriorating rapidly.
From Elizabeth's point of view, she knows that the cost of repairs is only £1,000. We think she's done exactly the right thing.
All we have to do now is wait to hear if Elizabeth's plucky offer has been accepted. But before we do, time for just one more thing.
But there was bad news for Elizabeth. Her offer was refused and the vendor took the flat off the market. But she's still determined to find a flat by the sea.
I have to say that property in Marine Parade was so gorgeous that if that came back on the market or something similar to that, I'd definitely go for it.